into the game for the moment for Hill. Back to the ground game. It's Henry.
To up their game and play much better in the last few games.
Jackson on 3rd and 7, and they get to him. Shoestring sack, and it's Murphy again. So what he did last week, those 2 costly picks, including the pick 6 that came on back-to-back throws. How quickly can he turn the page? He delivers a strike. First down completion to Mike Gesicki. On 1st and 20, Burrow trying to get some of it back. Looping pass, and he finds Chase. Lives, 2nd and 2. Burrow again working from the gun. Samaje Perine. It's going to be a first down run for Cincinnati. 11th play of the drive that began at their 20. Here they come. Burrow running for his life, and he is brought down.
Not very thrilled with what he sees on that tablet, but we're talking about 2 high-end competitors.
Jackson going down. Demetrius Knight for the rookie Knight. Top 5 among rookies in tackles entering this one today. Jackson on 3rd and 15. Little sidearm delivery, gets it to Ali. And they are going to be well short. And how about this start?
To Burrow's left, and then he continued to go in motion. And it looked like Baltimore was trying to time up the snap with his motion.
Chase Brown finds a crease in that defense. See where they will mark down the football.
And he usually is able to find it.
Burrow on 3rd and 5. Pocket starts to tighten. Deflected, and it's picked. Intercepted. It's Marlon Humphrey. He'll return it. Boy, those 2 costly picks last week in their loss to Buffalo. High pass from Burrow, and it's Humphrey. Monster play for the Ravens defense.
Forces Joe Burrow to make a bad pass, and Marlon Humphrey makes him pay.
Jackson handing here to Mitchell, breaking free. Gonna get inside Bengals territory.
For 217 yards, I would continue to feature both of these running backs all day against this defense.
Jackson protected, throws a dart, deflected. Was that picked? Waiting for the signal, and yes, it was. Cold, but this one was certainly a catchable pass. Looked like it was dropped by Flowers.
Well, this is the National Football League. Just a great job of getting that separation at the top of the route. Ball was exactly where it had to be. Nothing wrong with that pass, and it just goes off the hands of Flowers, and Battle gets his 4th interception of the season.
He's onto the field now for the Ravens again, making his season debut, coming back from the torn Achilles. This is Burrow on 3rd and 9. Everyone covered down the field, goes underneath to the check. That's the tight end Sample. Question now for this Ravens offense. Can they get this pass game going? Play action, so right on cue. Arch looking for it. Jackson protected. Jackson's going to run for it. First down and more. First time seeing Jackson use his legs as he dances his way.
And he's 2nd in National Football League in yards per attempt in play action passing.
Boy, beautiful sidearm delivery. It's DeAndre Hopkins. Boy, they've been waiting for Hopkins to become a piece of this offense. Jordan Battle finally makes the tackle. Right now the Bengals showing 8 on the line of scrimmage. Little pre-snap look for Jackson. They come heavy. Okay. Jackson underneath. It's Ali. First down and a lot more. Ali in for the Ravens touchdown. Quick decision-making by Jackson. Definitive decision-making by Jackson. And it is Ali, the recipient, as he has his first touchdown of the season for Baltimore.
In an inconsistent lineup against those offenses, you're not going to be at your best.
Burrow throwing into the shadows, gets it to Chase for the completion.
Cincinnati to 1 and 5 on their 3rd downs.
Burrow goes to Brown out of the backfield. The dual threat back for this offense. So 3rd and 19. Burrow takes a snapshot of the defense. Ravens going to rush 4. Burrow protected, hard fake. Everyone covered down the field, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds, and now a flag. So big moment here for Lamar Jackson. Baltimore's offense, 60-plus seconds, all 3 timeouts at their disposal. Jackson puts some air under it, and it is incomplete. Zay Flowers Well, he caught it.
How did-
Flowers makes the catch. Officials actually put a few more seconds on the clock. 56 seconds, 2 timeouts left for the Ravens. Cincy giving chase, flags down. Jackson, potential free play. We'll check the marker here. So that breathes new life into this offense here. 2nd and 10, down to 40 seconds. Jackson feels the pocket start to collapse. Another marker thrown. This is Ali, who had the 30-yard touchdown catch earlier. Bengals bring 4. Jackson towards the end zone, and it is caught. Flowers for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, surgical with that pass.
Look at this pocket. Jackson stares down the safety, gets it out. Flowers with the out and up, and just lays it in a beautiful, beautiful spot. Well done by the Ravens offense.
Zay Flowers' arch had the 26-yarder where he got lit up by Jordan Battle, and right here, 28 yards from Jackson to get the Ravens a 2-score lead that they so. He's missed on a couple of throws, including that INT off the deflection. Chase going to get the Cincinnati first down. The ultra prevent all the way down towards the end zone. 1 second, 2nd and 10. Burrow's going to try to take a shot here, and he's going to get buried again. Mike Green, and a fitting end to that half.
And they've really done a nice job in the run game of not allowing runs to pop over 10 yards.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow steps up in the pocket. Burrow completes. Chase, boy, hits him perfectly in stride, giving Chase a chance to make a big play. Ravens bring 4. Burrow up the seam towards the end zone, and incomplete. Off the fingertip of Gesicki. And Lamar Jackson and company take over on downs. Pitch play here. Henry has some running room. Henry, first down and more. Henry barrels his way into the 2nd and 3rd levels of the defense.
Roquan Smith did a great job of running with it, but they had a secure first down on that 4th.
And now Henry making it happen. Starting to lean on this Bengals defense. Jordan Battle.
You really get to play the game and dictate the game on your terms on offense.
Jackson feeling the heat. Back corner of the end zone. Nearly caught. Flowers unable to squeeze it. The reaction from Monken. Burrow again takes that snapshot of the Ravens defense. Baltimore bringing 4. Protected as Burrow completes. That's the tight end, Tanner Hudson.
Right now in this game is for somebody else to be able to make a play in one-on-one coverage by themselves.
Burrow steps up in the pocket, looking, buying himself some time. He runs, and he's going to be short. I tell you what, any one of our camera operators would have been the last survivor on that.
Oh, boy.
Look at Henry, busting one again. Boy, all that pent-up frustration after a little bit of a lethargic first half. He picks up 22 here.
Not a wise decision trying to tackle Derrick Henry in the open field from 10 yards deep.
Jackson goes play action, and he throws a dart. Flowers.
You told me he's a warrior, plain and simple.
Yeah, he's gritted his way through all season. Keaton Mitchell.
You know, if this was Super Mario, he'd be Super Mario without the star.
Okay, Lamar Jackson, boy, smothered there. So the Bengals get to him again. 3rd sack for Cincinnati. 3rd and 16. Bengals bringing only 3. Everyone covered. Jackson down again. Demetrius Knight. As Cincinnati begins here from their 13. Fake handoff to Brown. Brown on the check down from Burrow is going to wiggle his way across the 20, where he is brought down by Kyle Hamilton. One interception off the deflected pass in the first half. As the Ravens defense has had all the answers, and Burrow smothered again. Travis Jones.
They're forcing checkdowns, and this front is playing as good of a game as I've seen from them this season.
Jamar Chase going to make the catch here on a 2nd and 15. Nate Wiggins will be credited with the tackle. So they get 4th and 7.
Yeah, I got 0.
Burrow delivers, completes. Chase Trying to break free. Chase inside Ravens territory, trying to breathe some life into this Bengals offense. 8 catches, 114 yards. How much does he have left in the tank? Burrow evades, throws, and that is caught on a comebacker. It's Tinsley. Burrow on 2nd and 6, a little bit low. It's complete as Tanner Hudson's starting to get a little busy.
Lined up inside the numbers. So I would advise the Ravens to make sure you shade your safety to that side.
Can they adjust? Burrow working quickly over the middle. Gets it to Chase Brown.
So right now, Burrow in this offense has to take advantage of all those substitutions.
Ravens rush forward. Burrow completes over the middle. This is Chase. And Jamar Chase hits the century mark.
Burrow is not shy to throw it to anybody who is in one-on-one situation.
Burrow again kind of stumbles, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Van Noy. Then the handoff, it's Gilman. And Gilman is going to score as the Ravens look for the knockout punch. 95 yards. And so a 16-play Cincinnati drive ends in disaster.
Watch Van Noy as he engages the left guard, Fairchild, and then he can't get there fast enough to pick up Tavius Robinson. And Burrow doesn't realize that Van Noy, after he engages in that block, drops back into that passing window, tries to dump it off, and he is right there. And Gilman finishing off what I think has been a great day playing safety, takes the handoff and goes the distance.
And boy, were they singing Alohi Gilman's praises, the addition that he's been. So clock running down to the final 4 minutes. And the Ravens, business-like, knew they had to get here, get a win as Chase makes the catch here to keep this.
Calls in that game, but I love how they've responded, and John Harbaugh really thought that they would respond well.
Chase for the division as they win it 24-0. Now for Arch Aditi, our producer Jason Ross, our director Mark Grant, Spiro Dita saying so long from Cincinnati. Now bonus coverage as we get you to Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt in Foxborough.